face it, you know what? Inflation's killing everyone. I've been pounding the table on this forever. I look at median incomes under the previous administration with a really good economic team. One of my former co-hosts from CNBC, Larry Kudlow, was part of that team. And they put in smart policies because Donald Trump, as a business person, understood the economy if nothing else. And he made sure that we onshored a whole bunch of capital that was sitting over in places like Ireland. Why? Because companies were like, whoa, the taxes are too high. Let me go do a shotgun marriage over in Ireland and I'll get 12% with this little tiny company over there. So they'd take their capital and they'd move it elsewhere. They'd take their jobs, they'd move them elsewhere. There was no incentive to have it here because there was no common sense approach to economics. Meanwhile, of course, every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanted to be over there in China, wanted to do business in China, cheap stuff in China. And somehow our administration for years had been okay with this. Why? Because I'm assuming the CEOs of these big corporations were lobbying hard enough that it made sense. And so no one's been looking out for the American consumer. And this is what gets me mad. I mean, I feel so passionately about it. It's one of the reasons why I created 76 Research with a very dear friend who has been on Wall Street for many years. He ran billions of dollars there in the funds that he was at. And we had been talking and talking and talking about this. I'm like, who's looking out for everyday investors? Because clearly the administration has its vested interests. Clearly, the mainstream media has its vested interests, and clearly Wall Street has its vested interests. My friend, it's Rob Horton, and again, we've known each other for many years and have a very similar, I think, thought approach on all of this. And so we had been discussing this. I mean, I remember at one point, it was like 2020, he wanted to buy Exxon because he's running an energy fund, and he's like, I can't even buy Exxon when it was at a low because of various ESG requirements. Or say you're servicing, some investor that says, well, the US is not ESG friendly enough, so we can't buy treasuries. I mean, nutty stuff. And the reality is this is what Americans are getting handed, right? So if you have your pension fund being run by one of these entities that has all these ridiculous rules, you're not making out as well. Or if you're watching CNBC trying to get stock picks, again, you're not making out as well. Look, I've been there, done that. I know how that all works. And they have only one incentive at the networks, and that's to get ratings. So they're not trying to help you actually invest for the long term in any way, shape, or form, believe me. Nor is effectively Wall Street, nor is the administration. So it's why I created 76 Research, 76research.com. You can get your free guide to independent investing there. You can sign up for the 76 report. You'll get some stock picks. You'll get a lot of information, perspective analysis, ideas on what's going on from myself and from Rob Horton. And you can also sign up for our model portfolios where you'll have like 10 to 15 stock picks in each of those portfolios. And they're geared for different kinds of investors at different stages. But if nothing else, go check it out. Get the free stuff, 76research.com. Again, 76research.com. I'm super proud of it. Like, I've wanted to do this for so long. You guys have asked me for investing advice over the years. And I'm like, well, let me just make sure that I do this right. And this was the right time. We are completely independent. We have independent ideas, and the whole idea is to help you over the long run. So take charge. Let this be your first step in taking charge.